My mom calls it, the good old Texas mama, she calls it your mommy knower. And my mommy knower knew something wasn't right, but I couldn't see it. And I mean, we had tried everything, sleep suits and elevating the bed, and I feng shuied his nursery. I mean, we tried truly everything, and I just still knew something was not right. I'm Katie, and this is Maverick. He will be 8 months in a few days. It's been a long journey. So about 6 weeks old is when I started noticing that he was having some complications. My daughter had a lactose allergy, so I was just assuming it was that. So he was having trouble nursing, and so I just went, let's just go ahead and try formula. Tried formula, didn't see any difference. So fast forward through all these things, he's on medication that he didn't need to be on. About 6 months old, he started solid foods. My sister called me and said, Katie, I figured it out. He has a tongue tie. And I said, how do you know he has a tongue tie? And she said, look at his tongue in the picture, it's heart-shaped. And I got off the phone and I started researching and could not believe how many cases of infants, especially having tongue ties, and it was misdiagnosed as reflux or colic. Whenever I had gone to the pediatrician, the second pediatrician that we saw told it was me, which was really hard to hear as a second-time mom, that it could have been postpartum anxiety. So I do all the research and I'm like, wow, this really could be it. Because I was almost to the point where I felt like maybe he's just a heart baby. You know, maybe this is just, he's different than his sister and that's fine and we'll roll with it. I found a place in Raleigh, another pediatric office, called them, and the doctor had just left the practice. And what was awesome is that the woman at the front desk said, hey, if I had my own kids, this is where they would go. And so I looked up Wake, and then I looked at Dr. Dave's credentials and felt comfortable enough to go ahead and make the consultation. We went into the room and had the consultation, and not only did Maverick have a tongue tie, he also had a top lip tie. And Dr. Dave said it was significant. And it was like, oh my gosh, wow, we're one step closer to figuring this out. And I just felt really heard by him. I felt like he made me feel super comfortable. And then he also gave me so much information where he talked about what the procedure was going to be like, what the recovery was going to be like, where I felt comfortable enough that I got on the phone with my husband, said, are you cool to do this? Let's do it right now. The procedure was only a couple minutes. The whole process I felt really informed, and I felt like any question that I did have was answered. So I was just thinking, he's gonna have this procedure done. Maybe we'll see change, maybe we won't. And within 3 days, we noticed differences. And for instance, like today, he took 2 1.5-hour naps, which before he had the procedure, it was 30 minutes, 35 minutes on a good day. He just wasn't able to sleep. He was uncomfortable. We had never seen him stick out his tongue all the way. So because of his tongue tie, he would barely stick out his tongue, and he would get excited and stick out his tongue all the way. And my husband would be like, this is so cool. I had never heard him coo in the back seat. We were driving and he was looking out the window at trees, and he was just cooing, and it truly was a different baby. Although it's hard to make the decision to my kid has to have a procedure, but now that we're on the other side of it, it's like, wow, I wish I would have known this sooner, because he's so much more comfortable. I mean, truly, Dr. Dave and the staff with this procedure and the information and feeling comfortable, I mean, he changed our son's life. He changed our whole family dynamic, because we have a happy baby now. So, and he's clearly having a great time. What are you doing?